Make more sales on LinkedIn using my LinkedIn strategy without cold pitching. Yes, I teach how to make more sales without cold pitching, because cold pitching to me is not love-based sales, which is everything that I teach and the premises of what I am talking about. If you're confused on what love-based sales is or where it even comes from, check out this Bible verse and it will tell you everything that you need to know about how to properly sell in a fashion of love. But let's get into it, because LinkedIn is one of my favorite platforms. It is the easiest platform to use. And once you know how to talk to your audience, create content that resonates with them, and finds your ideal clients, this is going to be a game changer. I want to preface this by saying, do not watch this video if you don't have a LinkedIn account already set up. Like, if your LinkedIn account is just not optimized, it is not set up, you don't have anything prepared for LinkedIn, then this is not a great video for you to start at, because you're going to want to make sure before you take the actions I'm about to show that you have already done what needs to be done in the optimization stage, which you can find all of the information on my profile under more videos. Let's get into it.
So the very first thing that you want to do when you are on LinkedIn is you want to start searching for your ideal customers, right? Or your ideal clients, if this is how you're going to be making money in your business. So my ideal client is a social media manager. There's one person who is an ideal client of mine. I also primarily work with Christians. So you can type in what you're looking for, right? So social media manager. Then from here, I'm going to select people, because it's so important that I'm selecting that I want to see people. I want to get to know people. You have your first connections. Your first connections are people who are primarily already connected to you. Your second connections are mutual. They have like mutual connections with you, right? They're not necessarily your first connections, but they do have, like, this person has 2 mutual connections. As I keep going, a mutual connection, 3 mutual connections, 1 right? So like your second connections are mutual. Your third are people who have nothing in common with you. They are like not mutual connections at all. So I'm going to deselect my first and my second, and I'm going to send connection requests. Now, I want to show you exactly how I personally send a connection request. You want to make sure that, they really do match your ideal client. So this person, she is a social media manager, but she's a social media manager for a specific brewing company, right? So she does not work for herself. So she would not be an ideal client of mine. So then I'm going to go, you can make this as specific as possible. So let's say I just want people in the United States. I'm going to click United States because that's what I want. You can make that more specific, right? I run a business that can be run internationally, but I primarily like to work with people who are in the United States because I live in the United States and it's easier for me. So once I find someone, like, this person is the founder of her company, but unfortunately she doesn't have the connect button here. If they do not have the connect button here, you can click on it if they allow you, if it has her name. You can click on their name. I'm just going to show you for an example. We'll pretend like this person didn't. You can click more and it will show up, or it will show up here. If it doesn't show up here, then you click more, then it'll show up. So I'm going to go back. Okay. So this person is a social media manager at YouTube. I'm assuming she works for herself. So I'm going to press connect. So when I press connect, I want to make sure that I send it with a note. So you're going to add a note. You're always going to click add a note. You're not going to click send without a note. You need this to be as personal as possible. So I'm going to say, hey, Christina. And what I have found that works the most. So I would say, hey, Christina, I'd love to connect with you and add you to my network. And then I'm going to press send. And that is it. It is going to pend. You're going to do this 20 to 30 times, depending on your specific goals for your business. So then we'll go to page 2. We'll go down and we'll see, like, do these people work for themselves, or are these people, people that I can connect with, right? Like, this has message. I think we're ready. I don't think I'm connected. I'm not connected. So you see how I clicked more and then it says connect. So I would send, you can withdraw it if you need to. I'm going to withdraw and I'm going to click more. I'm going to click connect. Okay, so you cannot resend an invitation after 3 weeks for 3 weeks after withdrawing. So I can come back to her at another time. But you kind of get the point. You're gonna do this 30 times. This is going to 20 to 30 times, depending on your specific goals for your specific business. And you're kind of gonna go from there. A lot of these people live in my area. So it's showing me people who live in my areas. I'm in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area, and that's what it's showing. Right? So I'm going to keep going down until I find people. Now, if you don't find anyone, you can also click second to see if people in your second also, it's more likely that they're going to accept you because they're connected with somebody who is connected with you as well. Um, so you could just scroll and then you can find them. But I recommend doing this 20 to 30 times a day.
Okay, so now we really need to come into agreement with you are sending out these connection requests between 20 to 30 times a day. That is your very first step. Your second step is you need to be posting consistently, right? Your people who you're connecting with need to be able to see content when they come to your page. And so you want to make sure that you're posting consistently. To me, that means posting every single day, Monday through Friday. So once a day, you can repurpose content. I'm going to break down LinkedIn content in a whole nother video, but I think it's so incredibly important that you are posting once a day.
Okay, so now let's talk about what happens when you have connected with someone and they have accepted your connection request, because you definitely need to be sending out a follow up message. So, what I like to do is the very next day, I go into my home. So, I don't do this the same day that I send the connection request, but I go into, I go into my network at the top of LinkedIn. And when I'm in my network at the top of LinkedIn, what I really like to do is I like to go over to my connections. You can see I don't have a lot of connections, but it doesn't matter. You don't need a lot of connections. You just need to make sure that your connections are your ideal followers, right? If 460 people are your ideal followers, you could be making $10,000 to $20,000 a month in your business. It honestly does not matter as long as they are all your ideal followers. So what I personally have done is I made sure that there is not a single person on this list who does not fall into the category of my ideal follower. Okay. So this person and I connected a week ago. I have not been on LinkedIn because of sickness and other things. So what I'm going to do is, let's pretend this was yesterday, because you should be doing this right daily. You're going to go in, and every single person who has connected with you, you're going to say thank you. You could see this was my initial message I sent to her when I wanted to connect. I would love to connect with you and add you to my network. That is like my go-to signature message. Now that we've already connected, I'm going to say, hey, Alex, just wanted to pop in and say thank you so very much for accepting my connection request. I can't wait to get to know you through your content on here. Hope you are having a wonderful Okay, so sometimes I put like, I hope you're having a wonderful day, but I think it's important here for me, because I'm teaching in this moment, to share something very important. And that is that you want to have communication with your audience. You want to have a conversation, some type of dialogue happening here. So something that I might say was, how was your Thanksgiving? Because it's the 2 days after Thanksgiving. So how was your Thanksgiving? Send, done. Right. So I want to have a conversation. If it's a Monday, you might say, the question might be, how was your weekend? Even if it's a Tuesday, how was your weekend? If it's a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, do you have any plans for this upcoming weekend? Right. You want to ask something that's going to get you guys talking about personal things and not business, because too many people are on LinkedIn to talk about business.
Now that you've learned that, it is really incredibly important for you to be engaging on LinkedIn. Like, you need to engage. Engagement with your audience means, for me, how I do this is I set a timer. I set it for 10 minutes. And then what I do in 10 minutes is I go down and I engage with as many pieces of content as possible. Let me just show you exactly what I mean here.
So I do want to talk about how to do engagement on LinkedIn because I feel like when it comes to engagement, sometimes we get a little bit stuck. But what I like to do specifically for engagement is I'll set my 10-minute timer. So it's 7:11 p.m. right now. I'll set a timer, and then I'll just go down. I'll read everything. Okay, so So what I like to do is I set my timer and I will go down and I will post something that is super hyper specific to what this person is sharing. Whether we are celebrating together, we're crying together, we're laughing together, right? I just try to like have an engaging conversation about this person. The more that you comment and talk to people about them, the more they are going to see your page and have conversations with you. Sales will come in through your content, but this helps to drive the traffic and the eyeballs to your specific content. So we're going to just pretend the 10 minutes is over. I've gone down all the way through. I've looked at every single piece of content that I can within 10 minutes. I've commented on every single thing that I can within 10 minutes. And now I am done. And that is it. And that is what I want you to do as well when it comes to LinkedIn, because what's happening and how the algorithm works is because you're engaging on their content, it is going to show your content. And that is how the sales comes in.
You just watched how to really go at it and make sales, make more money, land new clients and customers utilizing LinkedIn. The process may not fully make sense until you start to implement everything in action, but here's what's going to happen. The more that you are just having regular and normal everyday conversations with your ideal clients, the more LinkedIn will show their content, your content to them, and that is the more that they are going to be like, ooh, how can I buy? How can I participate, right? That's where the sales comes in. It isn't by cold pitching or just like pitching people in the DMs, which other people teach. I don't teach that, and I still make sales on LinkedIn. It is about getting to know people in the DMs, having real, raw, honest, personal conversations with people, and then allowing them to make the decision on whether or not they need you, and then them becoming your clients, right? It is so easy, it's so simple, no forcing, no pushing, no hard sales, right? We just don't operate in that light in a kingdom mindset, but we do operate in making more sales, and I love being able to teach that to you. I want to invite you into Consecration Academy. If you haven't had a chance to check out Consecration Academy, it is my hybrid one-on-one and group coaching program that teaches you how to make more sales in your business. Everything in that program is so personalized to you because I want you to win. I want you to succeed. And I want you to land more and more clients. Go ahead and apply for Consecration Academy at siennakabishki.com. Check on services and click on Consecration Academy, where you will find all the information on how to apply, how much it costs, and everything else that you need to know. I cannot wait to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.